Okay, maybe when y'all do the tutorial for me on recording to the cloud, I'll record it so that I can watch it over and over again because it takes me a time or two to figure out technology. Um, all right, happy Monday. It does not feel like Monday at all. Like my mom called me earlier. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Getting ready for my Zoom." She was like, "Oh yeah, it's Monday." I'm like, "I am so." Are y'all off for the holiday weekend? I'm off. I feel off. Um, I mean, sometimes I don't know what day it is, anyways, but I really feel off right now. So this, we're gonna start with announcements tonight, you guys. I don't anticipate that this training is going to be like super long. But what I'm really trying to get back to, and I mean, we talked about it on a leadership meeting one time, is I know so many of you guys can and attest to this or feel this way, is that we feel like because we have all so much knowledge about certain subjects that everybody in our downline does, and like what we've told them, or there's a video out there or something, and we forget that we're always bringing in new people. We have to keep reiterating these things, or we're going to say something that they haven't heard yet, or in a way that makes more sense to them. So for some of my veterans, this, you may not get like 1,000 new nugget aha moments, but again, but also you might be a veteran who's gotten away from host to posting and are trying to get yourself back into it or whatever. So again, back to basics series is all about these basics, and host to post has become a basic in our. Hold on, I got a little nugget coming in to give me night kisses and a big nugget, but I think he's just leading the little nugget in. Come here. I love you.
What is that smell?
That's a candle. Okay. Okay. I love you the most. Just
Does that smell like that one?
no, they're different. You can smell them tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. She was having a rough go a minute ago when I came in here. She was not not living her best life. She was in trouble. So I don't know what I was saying, but host to post has become a basics, right? Okay, like, and if you haven't come to terms with that, it's time to come to terms with it. Host to post is a part of our business right now, has been for a while, and is probably going to be for a while. So, but real quick before we get started, y'all, our hat payments are sad this month. Okay, like very, very, very sad. So please remind people. I know there's several chats. Please remind people in your chat to pay. Because we don't have a lot of excess left, right? Like our payment numbers have been dropping slowly, and there is a little bit of excess, but like if we don't get any more people this month, I mean, we're probably sitting at under half than what we normally have. It's not good. So please remind your other chats. Please remind your downlines. Tag people, whatever you need to do. Um, if they want to participate, because I am looking at that and making sure. And if I pull a name that didn't pay, guess what? That name doesn't go in because that's not fair. And so I've done that several times last couple months. Okay. The other thing is next Monday, these are not as big, but there's a July contest coming, second half of the month. So I want you guys to keep your eyes peeled for that. And then Tamika Davis, we are having Tamika Davis next week, and I'm super excited about that because she has been like all over the face of corporate stuff lately. She is the reason you guys have a phenomenal closing scripts board. I mean, that closing word or boards is hers, y'all, and she has just implemented so many amazing things. So I'm super excited, and she's good energy. I'm super excited to have her on. So that'll be next Monday. I kind of thought, we talked about doing it this Monday, but with it being a holiday, I really wasn't sure how great the attendance would be, and I wanted to make sure we packed the house for her, and got, maybe got some people on that hadn't been showing up. So those are the only announcements I think that I have. Am I missing anything? Is there anything we can think of that I'm missing? No? Okay. Sorry, my throat still hurts from like 3 weeks ago. Okay. Let's get going on host to post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit some of the highlights, some of the basics, kind of like we did on stories the other day. And here's the deal. I'm probably going to say or mention something that some of the people I've asked to come on and talk are going to say, but that's okay. If you guys hear something over and over again, first of all, if you're talking after, I don't want you to be self-conscious that you are saying something that's already been said. That means it's important. Okay. So if you're hearing something over and over and over again, you need to listen up and pay attention and maybe implement it if you haven't. Okay, maybe you already have, and that's great. But a lot of the people, they're like, well, I won't have anything to add that hasn't been said. I hear that all the time. I'm like, that's okay. If you're saying the same things that other people are saying, that means that you're doing the right thing and giving us the right tips, right? I mean, that's the way I look at it. So I think everybody knows, but host a post, all right? Definition of a host a post for me in like the simplest form is we are using other people's networks. We're using other people's platforms that they have built. If I am talking to Jamie and I see that Jamie has 789 friends and I only have 13 of those friends in common, I know Jamie has way more friends than that, but you know what I'm just right here. Then I'm going to have her post because 776 of those people aren't seeing any of my stuff or whatever the math on that is. Don't check my math. But so we are using the platform and the space that other people have built, and we're having them put a post for us so that it reaches their followers. Okay. Oh God, here comes number 2. You going to bed?
But Daddy isn't in bed.
Okay, well, he's coming right back. I love you. Okay, so why we do it is pretty obvious, right? Like we want as many eyes on our posts and our products, our opportunity, our giveaways. We want as many eyes on those as possible. Okay. We want, like, if Facebook could allow us to have 20,000 friends, that'd be great, but they don't. Since we're capped, this is a way for us to go out and expand our network and expand the vision on what we have, like what's on our page. All right. So pretty simple. There's 3 different, and Jamie, I was like writing all these notes and I was like, man, I feel like deja vu. And I was like, oh yeah, this is what our newbie training was over. I was like, I should have just kept my notes and worked smarter, not harder. But I was like, why do I have deja vu writing some of this stuff down? I was like, oh, that's why. 3 different types of host to post. Okay. We have the business host to post where we're having somebody put up a post on their wall about the opportunity, you know, and there's so many out there. I'm not going to go into those. There's a giveaway one where we just have them advertise our giveaway. So like this month, it'd be a Yeti, or we tell them that we're giving away 500 in cash, you know, Target gift cards, whatever it is. They are basically getting the word out for us about our giveaways and bringing in more people to our page, more people to our giveaways. The third is the products. Okay. Again, I know you guys are blowing the product ones up. Skinny gummies, cleanse, hair, skin, and nails. They're huge, right? Weight loss ones are huge. Now, here's what I have come to realize, and this took me a long time, but is drop a 1 if you've had, like, let's say you had a slimming gummy host to post, get 8 comments, and you were super excited. That's pretty good for a product one. We have 8 comments. We're excited. We're going through, we're friending them, and 6 of them accept our friend request. We send the messages, and out of 6, only 1 responds to our message, and we get discouraged. Maybe those exact numbers, but not those, but you understand what I'm saying. Okay. That used to get to be a lot too. Okay. Because then what do we start thinking? Host post doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like it doesn't work. Why am I doing this? It's a waste of my time. It doesn't work. Unblocked. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like it doesn't work. Why am I doing this? It's a waste of my time. No. This, you know, we get down. Y'all, here's the thing. Is no matter what happens after they've accepted your friend request or you've sent them that first message, you still now have more eyes on everything else you're going to post. You still have, what did I say, 6 more people that are on your friends list, that are seeing your stories, that are seeing everything you post. And we know that the average person needs to see something 9 times before they're interested. 9 to 12 times is like the number, right? Like that we can ignore something before we're like, well, maybe I need to look at that, you know? And so it doesn't matter. Do not get down. Do not say it doesn't work, because the purpose is to bring more interaction, more traffic to your page. And when you have 6 people that are now your friends, you've done that. Okay. Even if they didn't answer the message, you have done that. And I like one day or 1 week was like doing a social experiment with myself. And I literally went back and I wrote down like every day the people that didn't respond to my message. And I went back like a week and a half later, like I wrote a note on my calendar to do so. And none of them had unfriended me. They don't think about it. They don't go back and be like, okay, well, all right, and then friend. They don't, because I was like curious, because I mean, I don't normally do that. I was like, I'm genuinely curious. And I was like, none of them had in front of me. Every single one of them were still my friend. I didn't have to hit add friend to any of them. I mean, I wouldn't have obviously, but you know what I'm saying? So no matter what happens after that first message, you guys have still achieved the goal of putting more people on your page. All right. So again, and I'm keeping this really basic because I have 4 or 5 people that are going to come on and speak about some of their tips and tricks. So I don't want to take like everything and them be like, well, who do we ask? Okay. So the number one that we've been doing this for a long time before it was Host to Post, and Kim Chipak taught us this like the first Mexico trip ever. But your current customers are a great place to start for Host to Post. And I know that might not be the popular opinion, but y'all, they can post about whatever they're using, especially if they're liking it. Okay. Well, I don't do any posts about skinny tea very often. Who cares? It doesn't matter. This person is coming and willing to put it on their page, what they're using, and they like it. And guess who's looking at their stuff? The people they have a connection with. So they're a lot more likely to be willing or wanting to look into it and take it more serious if this person is saying like, hey, look what I'm using. I'm loving it. Like, here's my results, or here's how I'm feeling. Okay. That's why I think current customers are the absolute best. Even if they're using something weird that you would, maybe you would never give a stretch mark Host to Post, fine. Who cares? If they're having success with it and they like it, they know other people that will too. That's all about why we all started this business, right? We probably tried something or saw something, saw somebody making money, saw somebody get their hair growing out, and we're like, oh, well, if I like that, I know people will like it too. It's the exact same concept, y'all. That's why we talk about customers being the best distributors. They're also the best host to posters. Okay, I will stand by that. Second thing is, obviously, we do, you can send, sorry, I have notes, but they're kind of far away and I need to put my glasses on. Green light messages, right? Like if you have 10 minutes to kill and you haven't gotten your host post up, go to your messenger and start green light messaging, right? Pay attention. I always like to make sure and scroll back a little bit and read, make sure I'm not, sending a message that maybe we've already been talking about something and it looks silly, but green light messages. My 2 favorite ways after customers are obviously our giveaway Host to Post, right? Like we're giveaway. I hope y'all have all seen that video with Amy Spence by now about the way to use the giveaway posts in your advantage. The third is using your personal posts. I know every single one of us are doing that too. Hey, I got married in February. Tell me the month you got married to, one of those posts to get an entry into my giveaway. Make sure you're saying something like to have the opportunity for an entry or have the chance for an entry or something like that. Because then nobody can come back and be like, well, I answered and that's my entry. No, it says, and that's just, you don't have to, but that's what I would do. And then the third way is if you're keeping track of last month's host to posters, go back and ask them if they want another one. And I'm curious, has anybody started a giveaway gals host post group or whatever, whatever Chantel called it? Like basically a group where you have people who are constantly host to posting for you and you just send one message out to them. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I know Jamie does. No, you have, Monique. How's it going?
It's going okay. It started off, of course, a little rough because you ask them, they say yes, they give you their numbers, and then you start sending them. I mean, I started out, like, hey, how you doing? Just a reminder. You said that you would, do put up a post for me. Here's the post for another entry. And I think like the first time I did it, none of them put up the posts, and I had to try to go back to, I didn't do it so that I could remember from their name to their Facebook name stuff. It was a little off, but initially it was a little bit harder because they didn't do it. And then when I would put up another post, I would see they comment, and I'm like, did you see the text message? Because it was a text message. So it was a little off. So it's starting to get better. Because the first 2 times I had maybe only one person out of the 10 It was 8 the first time, and I think 12 the second time. It was only one person that had actually put up the post. I kind of stopped for like a week or two trying to make sure I did it a little bit better. So the last time I had 4 that went up. So it's getting better, but I'm not where I know I need to be and where I could be. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna give up on it.
No, that's awesome. I was just curious because I know like I have like probably 10 people I could name right off the bat that are always like, you don't even have to ask me, just like send me the post every month, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, those people right there, like I could work smarter, not harder, put them to in the group, you know, and a lot of those I have like their numbers because anyway, but that's what I was thinking. I probably should do that. So, okay. So that's how, like, who I ask and how I go about finding my host posters. Okay. Yes. If you put up those comment or questions every month, you're probably going to have 40% people who've done it for you last month. It doesn't matter, y'all. Like, do not be, oh, they always post for me and nothing happens. Okay. But the one time you don't give them a post is when they could go crazy. Okay. I have had it happen time and time again. I'm like, oh, this girl's posted for me 89 times, every different way, on every different day, on every different hour, you know, and I'm like, and then one time when I'm like feeling sorry for myself that she's the only one posting for me, it gets 80 to 18 comments, you know, so never, ever, ever, like, that would be like you saying, well, I'm never posting about finding Jill again because I did it that way. I mean, just don't. We keep posting, let them keep posting. That's my theory on it, right? Like, we don't stop posting. Why are we going to only let, you know, sometimes our algorithm sucks too. And this is what we do and we work on it. So that's my take on that. Okay. So the other thing is I want you guys in the comments, I hear my children coming, start dropping the tasks that are on your non-negotiables every day in the comments. Start dropping them for me. All right. In the comments, what are something that is on your 6 list every day? Doesn't have to be all of them. Could be 1, 2, 3, all of them. Story with self, story, self, and product. Here they come. Okay. Engaging conversations, post, message. Here we go. New follow-up, self-development, posting, hap. Okay. So here's the deal is these are the things that I wrote. If you are happing, you are posting, right? Because you're usually trying to get somebody to hap for you. So there's your post. Okay. If not, you gave somebody else a post, right? So it's also kind of cool because it's like you posted 5 times today instead of 1, right? If you get 5 haps up or 4 haps up. Palmer, no, you were not playing the DJ table. So you're posting, sorry. She's like, can I come in here? I'll be super quiet. And then gets out the trolls DJ table. No, you may not. Not if that's like Holly Reed. I'm gonna bundle that thing up and send it back to her house. I'm like, what kind of friend gets your kid a DJ table for a birthday? You know, like Jamie's like me. I'm that friend. I know. I'm like, what kind of friend does that? Okay. So then we're always trying to add to our network. Oh, well, guess what? One of your posts just did well and you just added 10 people. Boom, done. You know, you're adding. You need to message new people, right? We need to get messages out for products. We need to get messages. And I don't know about y'all, but I will not reach out to somebody and be like, hey girl, it's been a while since I've seen you. I'm just checking in to see if you've seen any of the weight loss stuff we have. I'm not doing it. I won't touch it. I've never done it. I won't do it. Like, no. Okay. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, because I would be offended if somebody reached out to me or like, hey, have you seen these wraps we have? I saw you talking about, you just had a baby. Like, nope, not doing it. So you know what is awesome is when you do host a post, you get to send new messages about the products from 2 people who have already told you they're interested, right? Like, you're not coming at somebody. I mean, like, your hair's looking a little short. You want to try my hair vitamin or, you know, or something like that. Like, no, I just, that to me, I'm like, no. So you're sending those product messages, and I think it makes it a heck of a lot easier to do that. Okay. I don't think the, product tester messages are, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're trying to get specific, it's very dangerous and tricky to do that, I feel like. And then you're talking to new people about the business too, because also 9 times out of 10, where I hope so, if you've watched the Amy Spence video, you're also offering the business at the end, right, of the conversation, whether you're talking about somebody's going to throw a host post up for you or a product. So you're doing, I lost count, but you're doing probably 3 to 4 things that are on your 6 list every day. Boom, boom, boom. You're knocking them out. If you're just putting up host to post. Host to post is probably part of your 6 list. So add another one to it there. So with that though, you need to have a system, and this is Palmer. No, just no. With that, you need to have a system. And this is where I was having all my deja vu, because that's what I was talking about, being organized. So you guys, if you are doing host to post, let's say you're only even getting 3 to 5 up a day. Okay. If you are not being organized with it and you do not have some sort of system to track what you're doing, it is, I don't want to say a waste of your time, but you are wasting some of your time. We'll put it that way. Okay. Because that post that you put up on Tuesday may not have any comments until Friday. And all of a sudden, one person, one little straggler comments on it, and boom, here it goes. It's back in people's things. So if you are throwing it up, you're not saving it, you're not documenting it anywhere, you're not going back and checking it, you're not going back and bumping it, you are not utilizing the tool to the full ability. And you're probably somebody who thinks it doesn't work. Okay. You're probably somebody saying host post doesn't work. And it doesn't work if you don't stay on top of the system. It is a system. Like I was telling the newbies, if you looked at my system, you would be like, I have no idea what all this means. Okay. But I know what it means. So you don't have to understand my system. You don't have to understand what I do, but you need to have something. The first thing I do is I make sure I save it to a collection. Okay. And like I told the newbies, I used to save it by months, and I know some people still do that. And I'm actually thinking of getting back to it, but long time ago, we ran a lot of BOGOs, y'all, before Pick 3 was like pretty much built into our plan. We ran a lot of BOGOs. So what I was finding was like, oh, wraps would be on sale. Well, I was having to like filter, or let's just say Thermify. And I had done 12 Thermify. Well, I was having to go through all my months and find them and figure it out. Whereas when I started grouping them by Thermify, I could just boom, 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 go straight to those posts and bump them. Again, it's a little different now because we haven't been doing as many of those sales, right? Like BOGO coffee and stuff like that. But the Pick 3 has kind of eliminated that. So you can save them by month or you can save them by product. Doesn't matter. You know what? Side note, this is also how I saved posts I want to use. I save them. Okay. If I scroll them along and Danny has a great post that I want to use, just click those top 3 little dots and I save it to an album that says posting ideas. So what I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. So I save them and then I go in and I use the host to post tracker in on our team page. And like this one says products and I use it. This is exactly what I use. I put their name, what product they do. I just put the month up here and then I put everybody that's commented, and next to their names, I put like, so it would say, Brooke wrote, I would write an F when I friended her, an A when she accepted it, and an M when I messaged her. And that's how I know. Boom, boom, boom. Every name next to every name needs to be FAM. I mean, FAM. Like that's and if I put friend and I go back and check it a week later and they haven't accepted, then they get a message anyways. But I like to try to let them accept. Or and we talked about this. I've been telling people to friend me, and that's working actually pretty beautifully. And it takes even more of a workout, but I still do the same thing, like accepted messages, blah, blah, blah. And so if you don't do all these things, guys, you won't have follow-ups, right? Like you might have had that one person you messaged once and they said yes, but then they fell off and you didn't add them to a list and you don't have them documented anywhere. And then, 8 months goes by and you're like, oh my God, they wanted to cleanse, blah, blah, blah. So you have to stay organized, okay? Or it's kind of a way. I mean, I don't want to say a complete waste of your time, but host to post is something that you have to get some sort of system. I won't harp on that much longer, but so what we're going to do is I'm going to roll into letting a couple of the people that I've asked to talk. And then at the very end, I want you guys and Jamie, you're going to last, so you can even kind of roll into this and do it or whatever if you want. But I want you guys to unmute if there are things you've run into, like objections you've run into from people, or if you have like personal like fears or a mental block about host posts that you want to talk through or ask questions about. So Danny, I'm going to have you go first, and then Monique, you're after her. It's good to go first because then nobody said your stuff.
I was about to say no pressure whatsoever. It's totally fine. So I'm going to kind of piggyback off of what you said about being organized. I am old school in the sense of I keep a little notebook and I write down who happed for me, what kind of hap it was, and then I put a check mark on it once I put it into like the entry form thing, so I know that like, okay, their entry is in, and I also save it to a collection. And then that's also another way that I can double check before I go and put their name into the entry list that they haven't taken the post down, because if you save it and then they take the post down, it says it's no longer available. So I know to reach out to that person and say like, hey, like I went to go check on your post to see if anybody else wanted an entry. You took it down. What's going on? And then that starts a conversation. And another thing, another tip that I want to say is that it's inevitable. It's going to happen where you are going to have haps that either flop, they don't get any comments, not a single like, they just sit there and they are just wah wah wah, like it's just the saddest thing you've ever seen. That is not a reflection on you. That's not a reflection on your work. That is a reflection of your happers network. What time they posted it, did they follow the directions exactly? Because it's our job to know the algorithm and what are the best times to post, and to put it on a colorful background, or to make sure that that you screenshot a picture and crop it, so like for coding reasons or anything like that. So if you do have a hap that goes like not that great, just know that it's not a reflection of you or your work, that it is a reflection of their network. But yeah, oh, and also just going and checking on haps. I checked on another giveaway hap, and people were commenting as early as yesterday, and I went ahead and I messaged them and just said like, hey, I got your comment on my $200 giveaway post with so and so. That giveaway is over. However, we do have a new giveaway for this month. And then I tell them the new giveaway, and then I go ahead and I give them the details on how to get an entry. So just because they commented after the giveaway that they commented for doesn't mean that they can't get an entry into this month, because some people may kind of like yawn at $200 cash. Other people may go like, yo, a Yeti cooler, I want that. And they'll go ahead and post. So just because they commented after the fact doesn't mean that they won't want an entry. So those are my tips. Stay organized, check, and just know that if a hap goes and it flops, it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of their network.
Yes, I agree. And I like the ease for that at the end, because I have the same thing. I'm like, why am I even messaging you? I've messaged you 3 times, you comment every time. And then it's like a hat, like a Louis or a MacBook. And it's the one thing they're interested in. And they're like, yeah. And it's funny because they act like you've never even messaged them before, but whatever.
Exactly.
Okay, Monique.
All right. So tips and tricks for haps, host a post. Guess what? Everything is said. It's the same thing that I'm going to say. It's like organization is key. I have to stay organized. It's just too much just going on in my world that I can't say that I am not going to I like Elena's host a post tracker. I've used this. This is like awesome. I also have another one that I also put, basically this goes back to Gina had given us, had made these little books for us a while back. So I always just say, okay, Gina, I need another one. And it goes back to whoever puts up a host a post, then you're able to write down the list, what they were interested in. So that's when you continue with all of your follow-ups. Host a post is nothing but a lead generator. We learned that from the Amy Spence. Hopefully everybody, like Stormy said, has looked at and listened to. That Zoom was completely amazing. You have somebody put up the host a post for you because you're supposed to be doing the rest. So the majority of the host a posts, as long as the one person that you're asking to put up a host post has less than, to me, it's double figures because I have the 5,000 and trying to keep cutting it down. So as long as we don't have 10 mutual friends, I'm asking that person to do the giveaway. If we have more than 10 mutual friends, I'm automatically asking you to, number one, I'm gonna first ask for you to probably do an opportunity post. Because opportunity. I'm looking for distributors. It's like, we know that, yes, we need volume, but for us to be able to make more money, sorry for my dog barking in the background, for us to be able to make money, we need partners. We need to partner up. We need to help other people to make money. So we can, especially at the beginning of the month, Christina had said this, and when she said that, I actually held on to that because like towards the first 2 weeks of the month, that is definitely my first, if I'm not asking you to do a giveaway host a post, I'm asking you to do opportunity. I'm looking for people to partner up with me. Then towards the last 2 weeks, then I'll be more with, okay, let's all push for volume. Let's get the products out. In the meantime, you're still posting. You're still talking about your products. So therefore you're still getting people, as long as you're engaging, like Stormy asked, what are you doing on your daily 6 list? What are you doing? If you're posting every day, you're posting about a product, you're posting about the opportunity, you're gonna get somebody that's going to interest you. So staying organized with putting up who put what, saving it, as we stated in Facebook and different groups. I have always saved mine under, if it's a product or opportunity, whichever product it is or opportunity or giveaway. I never saved it under months or anything like that. Just because, as we said, if there's a BOGO, or if there's anything in particular that I want to go to in regards to a product, it's easier to go to that that saved item in regards to Thermofite X. I want to, when we're talking about boosting posts, putting up pictures or making a comment, we want to boost the post with pictures. I have a picture. Oh my gosh, I found a fantastic picture. And you save it. So therefore you're going to all of your Thermofite host a post, add it, boost it, boost it, boost it. Just the same thing with the coffee. So I like to save my host a post by products, so I can boost it that way. And it's easier to me in regards to that. When we've done the Jeopardy, and it's like, go and boost a host a post. That was like, really, as long as you have a picture of something, it's easy. And then saying, I'm giving away, I need 2 more customers, or I have 2 more spots open for this. Goes back to even the giveaway post. Like Danny said, I go to all of my old ones, and those are going to still be boosted because I'm going to put, oops, sorry, new giveaway, because yes, we're still asking people to post for us. They're still seeing that post. If it blew up, it's going to go into the next month. So it's easy to just put new giveaway, new month, new giveaway. If you're interested in the $500 or Yeti cooler, comment, and if you asked with the time before, continue on, and that goes on. Your host a post, you go into host people who did the giveaways for you. Unless you have a lot of mutual friends, boost those. That's pretty much all that I do with it. And just remember that the host a post is basically helping us to grow our network. And the next part of our job is to make sure that we're posting, and then of course, following up with those who comment, look at our posts and stories. Done.
Thank you. Okay, so I see a couple people that are asking for what Gina has done. Gina, I don't know if you're still making those, so I don't want to speak for you. Do you want me to tell? Do you want to speak, or you want people to message you?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that was all confusing. Yes, I can still make those and I still use it and it's very helpful. Just send me a private message. So easy, easy peasy.
Yes, there you go. Okay, Britt Morton, you're next, and then Jamie will wrap us up.
All right. So I just wanted to add on a little bit about kind of what I do for my host to post. So I really like to focus on giveaway host to post as much as possible, especially to, always have the majority of them as giveaway posts because like has been said, some of them are going to do bad. So, if you're getting your 10 host posts up a day and 8 of those are giveaway posts, well, 1 or 2 of those might only be really good ones, but those 1 or 2, as long as you get at least 1 or 2 giveaway host to post with a good amount of comments, 30, 40 or so, and that will help keep you rolling. So I really like to try to make a point to keep those going so that way you never get back to that point of, I don't have anyone to post for me. And then you're kind of back at square one and you have to start over again. So it's a lot easier just to keep the ball rolling and keep that momentum going. And then I do, besides giveaway posts, I just do product posts. And I usually just stick to the gummy posts for right now because those have been getting the most comments for me still. And then I don't get confused either about what I'm doing. And I always just open up the conversation to anybody I talk to. It doesn't matter what they comment on, what weight loss product or what it is. I always just ask them, oh, well, let's chat a little bit about your goals before I give you the information. And if they tell me that something completely off, then I'll tell them, well, the gummies might not be the best for you. Let's talk about some other things. So it doesn't really matter what it is. Whatever you're getting that's getting a lot of comments, that opens you up to a conversation to everything. Just ask the questions. But yeah, really just the giveaway post and make sure that you don't let them die out because it's a lot harder to get going and get that momentum back again.
I agree. I love that. Okay, James.
All right, you guys. So mine is going to be super short and sweet because these ladies did a freaking awesome job giving all the tips and tricks. But something that I have found over the years, I feel like I was an early adopter of host to post because I went host to post crazy for the very first time, July of 2018. And I never looked back. You guys, it changed my entire business. I went diamond that month because I got a good Jillian cleanse host to post and I was like, this is freaking gold. What I want you to know is that you are going to have months where you can get up hundreds of host to post if you choose to. You are also going to have months where you're going to get up 15 if that's what you choose to do also. And the cool thing about it is, like Stormy was saying, it doesn't matter how many people immediately buy or whether a post has 50 comments on it or 10 or whatever. If you are adding people to your network, that is the most important part. When Monique said that it is just a glorified lead generator, you guys look at it for what it is. When you join this business, I want you to drop a 3 in the chat because this was one of my fears whenever I joined this business. If you join this business and you did not want to be salesy or pushy, or you didn't want to be one of those people that push like that was so icky to me and it turned me off of this industry for a very long time. I was a customer for 7 years before I was a distributor because I didn't want to be that girl. And I feel like with host to post, it is literally creating a way for us to not be that girl. Because here's the deal. We are giving away a prize, which is fantastic. For the first 2 years that I did host to post, we didn't do giveaways. It was just, you asked people to do a post and out of the kindness of their heart, they said yes or no, right? Or they ignored you or whatever, but you moved on with your day and you just asked more people. Now we do these giveaways. So it's a win for them. They get an entry for doing something that takes them 2 seconds. And for us, it is like the biggest thank you. Like, it is the biggest thing that they can do for our business, because you can infinitely never run out of people to talk to. Some of my most craziest months of enrollments that I've had months, I think 80 is probably my highest enrollment month that I've ever had. And like 99% of them were people from a host to post. You guys, if I have months where I'm averaging 30 to 50 or 60 or whatever enrollments every single month, even with 5,000 people in my network, I'm gonna eventually run out of people to talk to. I'm gonna eventually run out of people to ask to share or to try products or whatever. So if you're not growing your network through host to post, then you're missing the boat, because that's how you see, like, I don't know if Madison's on here. Jamie is on here. Jamie's a mass enroll, not me, Jamie, but Jamie Williams is a mass enroller. She came out her very first month and enrolled 30 loyal customers. Who wants to enroll 30 loyal customers their first month, or enroll somebody that gets 30 customers in their first month? Jamie watched and was like, all these people that are enrolling, that's what they're doing. They're doing this host to post thing, and I'm going to figure out how to do that. And I'm just going to go do exactly what they're doing. So I encourage you, if you're not fully on board with it, go get fully on board with it. Commit to getting 5 up every single day and watch it transform your business. Expect it to transform your business, because there are so many success stories on this team that it just, the proof is in the pudding. And I kind of lost track, but what I was going to say about feeling icky when you have to ask your friends if they want, or if you ask your friends to be a product tester or whatever, if you're doing host to post consistently, whether you're talking about the opportunity or you're talking about products, the people that are commenting on the post, the ones that you're reaching out, you get a wrap post to post up. Gina post a wrap post to post for me, right? She has 5 people comment. Those 5 people are already interested in the wraps. It's not a cold message. You hear that all the time when you talk about sales, cold messaging somebody or cold calling if you're in some other industry, right? Like cold, whatever. That just means that there's no interest. You're just blind calling people. Host to post takes that all away. So if you were ever concerned, I think that's why I jumped on it so much, because I was like, these are all hot leads. These are warm leads. These are people that are interested. I'm not having to shoulder tap a girl from high school and be like, hey, do you want to support my business? Like, you know what I mean? It's, you are having conversations with people that are already interested in the products. So if that is you, then switch, jump on the host to post train, jump on the train where people are already interested in what you have to offer, so much so that they have commented on a post that somebody else has shared. Use that as your like primary generator lead, and then all of the other stuff once they're in your network, because whether or not, like I said, whether or not they sign the first time, the first conversation you have, it doesn't matter, because now they're in your network and they're seeing your post that you're being accurate, that's not the word, consistent doing. You are interacting on their posts, you're interacting with them, you're wishing them a happy birthday, then they see your story, then they whatever, and then they've been exposed that 6 to 12 times that Stormy was talking about, and bam, you've got a new customer or distributor, because they're like, this girl is consistent with what she's doing and I'm already interested. They come into your network already interested. It's like when you go to an online store and you're like, oh, I really like that shirt, and then you see the commercial for the shirt, and then you see the commercial for the shirt, and then you go back to the website, but you put it in your cart and then you walk away because you've got kids, and then you and your best friend are shopping and you walk in that store and you're like, this is that store that I wanted that shirt in. These people that are commenting and seeing it already, they're walking into your store, they already want it. You guys, they already want it. So the battle is half won. They're already interested. So I love host to post so much, because it is how mass enrollers don't run out of people to talk to. It's how they enroll 50, 60, 80, 100 customers and distributors every single month, never failing, because they're just generating new people into their network. They're just bringing new people into their network. And the hard truth that I'm going to end on is this: if you want to get more host to post up, you are going to have to ask more people. The people like I'll use myself as an example. I try very hard to get at least 10 up a day. There are some days that it takes me 12 people. I can ask 12 people and I get 10 up. And then there are other days, you guys, that I ask 150 people and I get 7 up. That is the luck of the draw. And that's the truth of it. You're going to have to ask for it. You're going to have to ask for a small, simple favor. You're not asking them to buy anything. You're not asking them to sell anything. You're asking them to copy and paste something. And if you're not getting enough up, then you're going to have to ask more. And I don't know. That's all though. But Host to Post will change your business if you will let it. I feel very passionately about this. I could totally talk for like hours on end because I've watched it change my personal business as well as so many of my friends' personal businesses. I have people on here that I'm like, I watched your business explode that month. I watched your business explode. I watched your business explode. And if I were to go and ask any of them, they'll be like, oh yeah, my highest month was when I was on my HAP game. My highest enrollment month, my best month, my team's best month, whatever it is when we were on our HAP game. We were all being consistent, or I was being super consistent and getting them up, not taking no for an answer. So let it change your business, get excited about it, and it will change your whole business. You guys don't doubt that. I think that's all I got.
That was great. That was great ending. And yeah, when you were talking about doing it consistently, y'all, this is the same thing at work as anything else, y'all. If you do it once a week, you won't see the same results, if any, that you do, that you do it 6 days a week, giving yourself a Sabbath and everything. So do y'all have any questions or the objections or anything like that? I was trying to keep it like under an hour and we're good. We're doing pretty good. What is that?
Just to let y'all know, Cami will be in Houston, July the 16th, I think is the day, for a sip and sample. So if y'all have people in Houston, I'll be there. You can put them together with me or whatever, and I can sit with them. But all the guests, like your guests to this area, are free. And if you want to come and attend, we used to call them One Team, One Mission. So it's sip and sample or whatever. But it's Wednesday the 16th. In the evening. So Cami will be here. They're starting those back, which I'm pretty fired about it.
14th.
You mean the
14th.
14th? Yeah.
Okay.
I was like the 16th.
It's on a Wednesday. I know. I was trying to find my calendar, but I couldn't get it there fast enough.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I have a appointment on Friday and that's not right. Okay. Middle of the week. Well, yeah. That's usually when they do those because they're only a few hours, like 2-3 hours max. Or sometimes, like, I guess, I don't know. It feels like it's been so long since we've done them. I don't even know when we used to do them, right? Sometimes we do them or like Saturdays, but okay. If nobody has anything, then I'm gonna let you guys go. Tomorrow, Ashley is posting on the Massive Belief, Massive Action page, the Power Hour schedule, or did she post it today? Today. Okay. I was gonna say, I couldn't remember if it started tomorrow and she's posting it today or she was posting it today and they started after that. So there is power hours going every day for the next, it's like 2 weeks, right? It was like the 2-week schedule. I don't know. It filled up really quickly. And it's a different diamond above leader in her downline every time. So you guys go and, check that out and write down. I encourage you to write down the ones you can go to or be on your calendar right now. Schedule those in as work time right now. Because if you don't, you won't remember, first of all, right? Because they're all at they're different times, like noon or 8 or whatever. And so go through that list right now, write down the ones you can be on and schedule that work time in now and work with a different leader. Because I guarantee you what you're going to do when you do with that is you're going to be learning all different kinds of things that different leaders do and picking up different tips, tricks. And it's great, because you're also getting your work done at the same time, being like, oh, that's genius that they do that. I love that. So go do that. HAP payments, remember that. And that's all I got. And say yes. All right. Bye guys.